Good morning, guys. I'm at the greenhouse this morning and several of you have requested to see the plants that we have available. We will be opening our greenhouse sales on April 20th. We will have online orders as well as hard copy orders that you can print off the Facebook page. First, I want to talk about why we're here. This is a school greenhouse. The greenhouse classes at Mercer County Senior High are responsible for these plants and for the sales and the maintenance and the upkeep. And as you know, we are in the middle of a pandemic, so they can't be here with us today. But back in February, they started all these beautiful baskets that I'm going to show you, and they put thousands of plants into their pots on March 12th and March 13th, and they had to go home, and we haven't seen them since. So Mr. Jones and I have been taking care of everything, as well as a few other volunteers from the office staff. So I want to show you each of the plants that we have and tell you a little bit about each of them. We will be talking about their prices as well as what type of sun and what they're suitable for. So please follow along. We'll start with we'll start with flowers, and then we'll go into vegetables, and we'll finish up with mixed pots. So we're going to start with our begonias. This is the cocktail mix. They are dark leaved. We're going to move on. You'll see some mixed pots there. We will have those out for you to see. You can let us know what type that you want, if you want sun or if you want shade, and these are going to continue to fill in really nicely and look really good closer to Mother's Day. So we've got another table of begonias. These are the cocktail series. We've got vodka and we've got whiskey, and then we've got the bright green Prelude mix. These are in 3-packs, and they are $1.50, or you can get a full tray of 3-packs for $12, and I'll help add all that up for you. The next flower we're going to look at are the Cosmos. This is a mix. It's the Sonata mix. These can get pretty tall. Let me go back to begonias. They need shade. They can take some morning sun, but they mostly prefer shade. But the Cosmos can take full sun. They're also in 3-packs. Everything I'm going to show you on this side of the greenhouse, these are all 3-packs. So next we've got Celosia. This is the ice cream mix. We've got lots of oranges and yellows and pinks and reds. Those are in 3-packs. Now our Vinca likes full sun. These prefer to be in poor sandy soils. They can live in clay soils. These are the type that they're very low maintenance. You can plant them and leave them alone for a while. They don't want to be too wet, and they're getting ready to bloom. My projected date back in the fall when we planned all of this was to sell on April 25th. So these plants will be perfectly ready by then, but we decided to go ahead and open our doors 5 days early. Now, as far as Vinca is concerned, we have Titan Dark Red, the Polka Dot, which is the white with red centers. We have Rose, Titan Rose. And we also have the Halo mix, which is a lavender. So we're going to move on into shade-loving plants. We have several varieties of impatiens. These prefer shade. They can take some morning sun. But we've got lots of showy colors with the blue pearl. And then moving into Dazzler Pink. We've got some more Dazzler Pink. And this is the Salmon Splash. When you see the dark colors in the middle, those are the splash varieties. We've got rose, white, red. Moving into the Cherry Splash. Again, they've got those dark centers. It's almost like a really dark pink, or could even look good with the red. You can see that they can mix really easily. This is the Dazzler Salmon, but the cherry and the salmon would look really nice as a mix if that's something that you're interested in. We're going to move on into Snapdragons, and they can take sun or part sun. We've got 3 different colors of Snapdragons, and these are going to be blooming perfectly for the 20th. You can see that they're getting ready to come through. We have yellow and the mix, so you can get several different colors there. And the next table has the orange. It's a darker color, but you can see that those are gonna pop out and be really nice. So next we've got Dusty Miller. This is the really soft, almost feels like lamb's ear, really soft, and they look really nice in mixed pots, and they take sun to part sun. You wanna mix those in. Next we've got the Portulaca, or sometimes it's called Moss Rose. These will be blooming soon also. You can see they're getting ready to bud. And this is the happy hour mix. So you can get some pinks and yellows and oranges. Next, we're gonna get into our standard petunias. These are in 3-packs again. They're $1.50 each. These standard petunias are in 4 different colors. We have burgundy, oh, my camera's gone crazy. We've got some really pretty yellow. It's got the darker vein. The Midnight Madness is the really dark purple, which we call blue in the floral world. And a really pretty red. So I'm gonna back up so you can see those 3 colors together, but that's really nice. Okay, moving on in to the polka dot plant or the splash plant. We've got white and pink. And again, these are really nice to put into a mix, add a little bit of texture. These don't necessarily bloom. They're just a pretty leafy color. We have a little bit of alyssum. It's really fragrant, it smells really nice. We have the white alyssum, and it can take part sun, part shade. We have the salvia, and we have 2 different colors. We have the Red Hot Sally, that's usually really popular, and we have the Purple Vista salvia, and these get to be pretty spiky. They're kind of a taller, lankier plant, but fill out nicely. So then we're gonna get into our French marigolds. We have 3 different colors, and they are also getting ready to pop through. They're gonna look perfect on the 20th. We have the Bonanza Yellow. Something new for us that we've never had is the the Bonanza Vanilla, it's called. My tags are up front. This is a vanilla, so it's a really, really light yellow. And we have the Bonanza Orange. So everything that you saw through here were 3-packs. They're $1.50 each, or you can get a tray of 3-packs for $12, which is a really nice discount. So we're gonna move over to the next aisle where our wave petunias are. These are lavender. We've never had lavender wave petunias, and they are not blooming yet, but I'll update you when they are. These are in a 4-inch pot, and these are $3. You can get an entire tray of 4-inch pots for $30, which discounts them each pretty well. And again, that can be a mix, and I'll help with the pricing when you all come get these. Next, we've got the red wave petunia. We have worked really hard to keep these compact and not crazy and growing all over the place into each other, so that when you get them into a bigger pot, they'll fill out really nicely and go where you want them to go. And we've also got white wave petunias. Again, really nice, getting ready to bloom out really thick. You can see they want their own space. They're already starting to grow into each other. And then finally we actually have more waves. We've got some of the dark, it looks purple, but we call it blue, the wave blue. So we've got red, white, and blue if you want to mix those. If you want to do red and white, or if you want to do blue and pink, you can do that. Now we're going to shift gears for just a second. These are our coleus. It is the Wizard mix, and they are a little bit behind, but they'll come along nicely. We've got Riviera Blue Eyes. These 2 things are in 3-packs, and they just ended up getting transplanted here and stayed, and I didn't move them over on the other side, and I didn't have room anyway. So we're going to move on in to the pink petunias. We've got a pink bloom here. They are getting ready to come out, but this is a really bright, dark pink. And finally, we have the classic purple. They are also not blooming. It took them forever to bloom last year also. So hopefully they'll go ahead and come along. Next, we have some coleus. This is like the Kong versions of coleus. This is a bright pink, and then we've got like a burgundy lime green color. And these are getting really large and really nice. This could be like a thriller in a container if you're interested in getting something that's a little bit taller. We've got a few other mixes. These are what we started our baskets with, so we have very few quantities. There's some Million Bells, some purple, and some fuchsia. And we also have our Angelina pink and blue, and they are on their way. They're starting to get their little flowers. They will be really nice. And then we have the red angel wing begonias. Again, limited quantities because most of them are in baskets, but we do have a few of the red angel wing. So So next we've got spikes if you want something in the middle or in the back to add some green and some height. Then we've got the famous green sweet potato vine. We have black sweet potato vine, and then the white mist that you see there, that's called diamond frost, and I'll show you how nice it looks in mixed pots in a little bit. We have blue bacopa and white bacopa, and we've got that mixed spread out because it was growing into each other and it was starting to look bad. We also brought back vinca vine. This is a variegated green and white vine, and it looks really nice in baskets or mixed pots. If you want some trailing, you can go for that. So we're back to 3-packs again. Again, all of those, everything in a 4-inch pot is $3, or you can get a flat of 15 for $30. So next we've got verbena. Our blue is getting ready to bloom. Here's some that's getting ready to bloom. There's the blue and white and red if you'd like to mix up some patriotic or some Titan colors with that. And then we're going to get into our dianthus. We have 4 different types of dianthus. The white is blooming now. The Dash Magician is really pretty. I planted some of this in my flower beds last year, and they came back and they're already blooming. That is the only thing I'll recommend as a perennial in this greenhouse. Otherwise, everything else is just sold as an annual. So we have a strawberry parfait mix, and then towards the back we have just a parfait. It's a different shades of red, but the strawberry are the pink shades. So moving to the next table, we have geraniums, and you can see we've got 2 full tables of geraniums. They look really nice. They're in a 6-inch pot. We're going to sell these 6-inch pots for $4. I failed to put that on the form, but that's how much those are. So we're gonna move through. You can see the geraniums. They look really nice and healthy right now. We plucked the blooms off before spring break, and you can see that they're already coming back strong. The other color that we have is this salmon color. This is the Rocky Mountain salmon. So we have red and salmon for that. Next we have the marigolds. These are African, so these are the really large, big marigolds. They're getting ready to bloom. We have yellow and we have orange. These look really nice and healthy, and they're gonna go through and look really good. So as far as begonias are concerned, we have some of the pink blooming begonias, and we also have tuberous begonias, and these are the ones that have the beautiful blooms. Their foliage isn't that pretty, but their blooms are absolutely gorgeous, and those are mixed. So we've got some salmon and apricot and white and yellow and almost a pinkish reddish color for you guys. These are all in 4-inch square pots. We've got yellow lantana. It's bright yellow in the middle with a whitish creamish color on the outside. Next is our Gerber daisies. These look really nice. Their foliage is really nice and healthy. We're just waiting for them to bloom. But it's a mix, so it could be any of the colors shown on the tag. This is an example of the vinca vine in a pot. We've got some million bells or callies or calibacopa, whatever you want to call. Some people think that they're miniature petunias, which they are in the same family, but they're not petunias. We have purple and pink. We've got some more mixed pots. We did several of the same mixes, hoping that it would be easy to sell. We are going to move into some vegetables now. We're going to start with peppers. We have cayenne red pepper, habanero, and a yellow bell. These are called early summer. We also have red bell. There's not nearly as many of these. These seeds didn't come up very well, but this is karma, which is a red bell. And we have an entire table of green bell, just your general standard. Let me find a tag. Your green bell, for those of you that are continuing with your gardens or maybe starting a new garden. We have sweet banana. We did not do hot banana this year for 2 reasons. Number one, they didn't sell very well last year, and number 2, they didn't send me the seeds. They were on back order with our seed supplier. And we have Emerald Fire jalapenos this year. That's a different variety than what we've had in the past. So we're moving on into our vining crops. We have 2 different types of cucumbers. We have the sweet slice, which is burpless. That's the longer slicing cucumber. And we have the bush pickle, which if you want to see the tag, they're over here. We have the bush pickle. Vegetables in 3 packs are $1.50 each, or again, we can mix for $12. We're moving on into the zucchini. We did all of this in stages, so you can see it goes from large to small. But we've got zucchini. This is Spineless Beauty, green, straight zucchini. While we move on to the next table, we have the Enterprise variety of yellow squash. This is a straight squash. It's in the picture with peppers for some reason. But again, we did different stages of seeds into those pots. Something new for us this year, and this was by accident. The seed company sent this to us, maybe just so that we would try. But we do have some spaghetti squash. This is something different. These are in 3 packs if you want to try spaghetti squash. We didn't have very many seeds, and we didn't know how it would go. So if customers enjoy that, we'll look into doing more next year. We have ambrosia cantaloupe, and we have watermelon. Our watermelon is getting tall and skinny, and I will have to double check on that variety. My tags are up front. All right, we're gonna move over to herbs. We have parsley, thyme, oregano, cilantro, sage, and dill. And we have some basil up front. These are some things that Mr. Jones and I sowed a little bit later. We didn't have students help, so these are a little bit behind, but they'll catch up nicely. So if you're looking into adding herbs to your garden, we have some varieties. So next, this is a fan favorite. We have German Johnson tomatoes. And we have Mr. Stripey. Come along nicely. These are about 5 inches tall right now. You all know tomatoes grow really, really quickly. We have Big Beef. And we have Better Boy. And we have some Better Boy in large pots. These are pretty limited supply. We did 2 different rounds of these. So these Better Boys are over 2 feet tall, while some of these are getting that way so that we can sell them next. But those are in larger pots, and we're gonna sell those for $5. Again, that's a limited supply. I think that those will sell really nicely. They are not, oh, here we go. They are flowering already. That popped out. Mr. Jones watered for me yesterday. So yep, we've got several different blooms. So if that's something that you're investing a little bit more in, we started these back in early March, I guess. So a lot earlier than what we started our other tomatoes. We have Celebrity. We have a very, very small quantity of Brandywine. This is something that our seed suppliers sent us. They only sent us 90 seeds. So we've got a small supply of that, as well as a smaller supply of Lemon Boy. If you like the yellow tomatoes, we have Lemon Boy as your option for that. Those of you that can and are looking into spaghetti sauces and so forth, we have Roma. And we have Rutger, another common plant that people like. This table is full of our cherries. We have 3 different varieties of cherry tomatoes. We have chocolate cherry, which are almost a purplish brownish color. We have the Sweet Million. These are very prolific. My girls picked these right off the vine. And we have Sun Gold. Sun Gold are an orangish yellow. They're very sweet. They're really nice and warm, especially when they're picked right off the vine. And these are all cherry tomatoes. So if you're looking into that, these are all in 3 packs also. All vegetables are in 3 packs. They're $1.50. Now we're going to jump back into flowers really quick. We have 2 different varieties of zinnias. This is Benary's Giant Mix. These are a bigger plant with a bigger bloom, and they are getting ready to pop out. These are a mix. These plants look really nice and healthy. They're not too tall and spindly yet. So if that's something that you're looking into putting in a row in your garden, you have the option for Benary's, or you have the option for, this is Dreamland Mix. These are a little bit smaller plant and a smaller bloom. And the last flower to show you in a 4-inch pot is the gazinias. The gazinias are not blooming yet, but here we go. This is the variety. It's New Day Mix. We had those last year and they were really nice. So I want to show you a few other items. I wish I could show you every single hanging basket mix, but we will have those on display when it's time for sales. These are Bago flowers. They're $16. It's got 10 plants in each of them, and we have sun or shade varieties. The shade varieties have impatiens in them, and some of them are solid white, solid red, solid pink, solid blue, or maybe a mix of white and pink, or down there you might be able to see a mix of white and red. We also have wave petunias in some of these baskets, and they're not blooming yet, but they're getting ready to. I want to show you an example of how they fill out. These wave petunias take over this basket, and when they fill out with blooms, it's going to be a big cover of color. Up top, I don't know if you can see with the sun in the background, but we've got just solid red wave petunia baskets. On this side, we've got some different mixes. Let me see if I can get this down. So there's a mix of the Callies, or the Million Bells, and some Alyssum. This is a mix with some Lantana and Scaviola and Angelina. Another really pretty mix that we had last year that sold really quickly was this one. I think it's like a Santa Fe, but it's got some Verbena and some Callies, and then the yellow Coreopsis in there. So some of our baskets we don't necessarily have in 4-inch pots. That's the stuff that we got a whole lot earlier. I've already been going for 22 minutes, so let me see if I can speed this process up. Some of the really nice begonias, if you need something more for shade, or on this side we have the red angel wing begonias. Those are usually really popular, and those look really good on my porch too. We did lots of mixes. The kids designed these, so they like the red and white together with the petunias and the bacopa. This purselane's not blooming right now because it goes in at night, but these are really, really pretty, and this is a big fluffy mix, big fluffy basket. They like really, really hot sun, and they do the best in that environment. Another really pretty wave petunia basket with the dark purple in the middle. These are my favorite. These fuchsia waves are coming in really nicely. So on our wall, again, here's mixed pots. The mixed pots are 2 different sizes. This size is $16, so hanging baskets and the smaller mixed planters are $16, while the larger one, this is some Callies. There's the Diamond Frost I was telling you about, how it fills in really nicely, especially that one. It takes over. It's a filler. Those of you that have had greenhouse class, you know what thrillers, fillers, and spillers are. The Vinca Vine is a spiller, but the larger size is $20, and that's a pretty good deal. Okay, moving on, we've got some planters that have, these are beautiful. These are double impatiens. Those are some really nice mixes. We've got other double impatiens. So you can see the problem with double impatiens is that they shed. But we've got a wall of hanging baskets. We have over 400. So hang with us, especially towards Mother's Day. That'll be something that you'll be interested in to buy for the ladies in your life. We appreciate your all support. The money that we raise from our greenhouse sales go back into our horticulture account, and that money is used to buy all the soil and the pots and the plugs and the seeds and the fertilizers and all the materials that it takes to run a greenhouse. Again, this is a school greenhouse. It's different this year because we don't have students, but we are trying to make it possible to go ahead and sell this inventory so that we can buy back next fall and next spring to have more of a traditional greenhouse class. If you have any questions, you can email me at kendra.rowland@mercer.kyschools. We appreciate your all support. As far as ordering and pickup, we will have stations outside the greenhouse, and we will ask you to pull up to that station and there will be a drop box for you to put a check into. We're not going to be making change or prefer not to transact any money, or less ideally, we can send you an invoice through PayPal. I think PayPal is going to get a cut of that. So if you could just bring a check, we will call you when your order is ready, and we will tell you what the price of your order is. But of course, if you want to wait and fill out that check when you want to see our display of mixed pots and hanging pots so that you can pick out exactly what you want, we totally understand. Thank you for being patient with us. This is new for everybody, and we want to make sure that our customers get what they want and what they need. Again, email kendra.rowland@mercer.kyschools if you have any questions. Hope this was helpful. Thank you.